First things first, though, we are going to talk about Marcus Freeman as the coaching cycle is hot. Marcus Freeman joins a coaching cycle where we were talking about this weekend. There's a lot of really good hires. Obviously, everybody wants to talk about John Harbaugh. He's a Super Bowl winning coach. He's been a coach for 18 seasons now for the Baltimore Ravens. Kind of shockingly, I guess, if you would go in the beginning of the season to now, he got fired. But during the last couple of weeks, that obviously was a rumor. You have Kevin Stefanski as well, two-time coach of the year, as another candidate who's a pretty big candidate. A lot of people like him. Obviously, his age is a good age for NFL coaching right now if you want somebody for the future. Then you got some coordinators as well. You have Brian Flores, who I think would be an unbelievable hire as well. We are going to talk about where Marcus Freeman is in the mix of all this and if he should come out for the NFL. Now, again, you guys know my stance. Obviously, I'm a little biased as a college football podcast. I don't think he should come out. I think if you are a head coach of a top program in college football, you have possibly the best job in sports because I feel like your job security is everything. I mean, how many times have we seen a coach go to the Jets or a coach go to the Giants? Obviously, we live in New York. And within 2 years, your job security is gone, your reputation is gone, and now you're looking for a special teams coordinator job or a coordinator job, and you never get back in the mix as a head coach. Obviously, the biggest thing right now for Marcus Freeman and a lot of these coaching candidates, the jobs are really good. You look at the Giants job, we talk about it time and time again. We obviously love Jackson Dart, but with the other players they have right now, they're on the rise, and that's a job with a lot of upside and a job where you can only go up. Falcons, another really good job. They're in a weak division. I think they have a lot of key pieces. When you look at Drake London, Bijan Robinson, a couple of pieces on the defense, they have a lot of things. Obviously, quarterback is the question there. Then when you look at the Baltimore Ravens, again, you're looking at pretty much, if everybody's healthy, a surefire playoff team. How often do you get a job open up where you have a two-time quarterback MVP at the helm? Then the Pittsburgh Steelers, again, where I think Marcus Freeman would be linked to because I think he's very similar to Tomlin on how he manages the game, how he focuses on the trenches necessarily, not really a quarterback-based game. I think that would be the link you'd be really with. But Steelers another great job. They're in the playoffs every year again, an historic organization. But again, like I said, I don't think Notre Dame, I've said this time and time again in this episode, I don't think Notre Dame is a walk in the park compared to other top programs. I think Notre Dame definitely has stuff linked to them that makes a wide range of recruits like eliminated from you because I think, again, being an independent school, being a religious school, it's not the same as like an Alabama and Ohio State. They have certain things with them that I think scare off a little bit of recruits. Like it doesn't leave every recruit wide open to your program. But again, I'm rambling a little bit. I think Marcus Freeman should stay because, like I said, I think his job security and the foundation he built at Notre Dame will lead him into perennial college football playoff runs. And I think he will always have a job there. Where I think in the NFL, again, even though there is a lot of great jobs, he's taken a risk. Again, his job security is not the same with a lot of these teams. Not only that, even though I think he would be a great NFL coach, and I think he has his age, which is a bigger factor compared to a lot of these coaches, it's always a risk jump college to the NFL. We've seen that fail plenty of times as well. What do you think of this whole situation?
Yeah, I'm kind of in lockstep with you. I think that at least for next season, he'll probably stay with Notre Dame, and I think he's kind of made it known that that was always going to be the case. I think the other thing too is, I mean, now especially with what's happened today with Mike Tomlin, now it's not necessarily the case that he's going to be coaching next year. I mean, he could take a year off, but I just think there's so many other candidates that teams are going to be interested in the NFL. And Marcus Freeman's probably going to be lower on the list if he is a candidate for a potential team. So that's why I would kind of look more towards maybe next year because I don't think we've ever seen a list of candidates like what we have right now with Harbaugh, now Tomlin, Kevin Stefanski, even throwing out some other guys, Mike McCarthy and Mike McDaniel too. Like there's just so many guys and like even some coordinators like Kubiak out in Seattle is definitely going to be a name that teams are going to be interested in. It's just there's a lot of options this coaching cycle that I don't think we would have expected. And it looks like the Packers are going to keep LaFleur, but that'd be another name if the Packers potentially let him go to add to the list. So I think that's the other thing too. There's definitely going to be an opportunity at some point. And, the fact that this team, Notre Dame, went to the national championship last year, I mean, that definitely, raised his stock a ton. So that is going to keep, teams interested. I know that obviously they didn't make it this year to the college football playoff, but that's kind of where I'm at. I think it's because the amount of candidates, and, he kind of made it known that he's going to stay with the program. I mean, unless somebody, gives him an offer that he can't refuse, then things change. But I think that's kind of where I'm at right now, where he's going to stay with Notre Dame, and then maybe next year, if there's another opportunity, and it's got to be the right opportunity too. I mean, maybe he doesn't want to take a Raiders situation. Like, is he going to be able to do that? I don't know. So that's kind of where I'm at with this whole thing.
Yeah, and I think again, there is going to be eventually some point, if it doesn't happen this year, for most of these college coaches, I think they always trying to prove something if they can do it in the NFL. So I think, again, as much as I want these coaches to stay in college, I do think it is your best job. I feel like a lot of these guys always have them to prove. I do think there is significant interest, though, in Marcus Freeman, because I feel like he stated, and Notre Dame has stated multiple times in the last 2 months, that he was going to stay there. But then the report keeps opening up again that teams have interest, teams are talking to him. So I think there is significant interest despite all these other great hires as well. I mean, I've made a note. I think Marcus Freeman is one of the best coaches in football. I think he would be the best hire, but I feel like every candidate in this coaching cycle all has risk and all are a little different. I mean, when you look at somebody like Harbaugh, yeah, he has this extensive resume, but again, how old he's at compared to a lot of these other coaches is something you got to worry about. Then when you look at Kevin Stefanski, yeah, he's a two-time coach of the year, but how he ended was, again, a thing you're going to have to take on with a little bit of risk. Marcus Freeman obviously has that college to pro risk. So I feel like every single coach is very different on what you're getting from them. Even like, again, a Brian Flores, his time in Miami, he was a solid coach, but again, everything going on with Tua, and we didn't really see him as a head coach for a long time. So every coach is like very different in what you're getting and the risks you're giving up. I do believe, again, like you said, his stock raised obviously from the national championship game last year. I kind of think, in my opinion, the foundation he has in Notre Dame and the reputation, I still think he would want to prove more on the college football level. I think he would want to put Notre Dame in the spot again to go on another deep run or two, potentially put himself to win a national championship. Then maybe after that go. But again, even with all the great jobs opening up, he is a hot candidate right now. Like I said, as much as I think he's gone from the coaching cycle, every week or two we see another rumor that he's back in it. And again, I think, like you alluded to as well, I think it's all about taking the right opportunity. That's a tough thing with this coaching cycle as well. Why I could maybe see a little bit of him getting out of college, going into the NFL. Because like we said, and like how I started this, the jobs are great. Like this is, again, last year you could argue as well with the Patriots and the Bears. But again, those coaches did a tremendous job. It's obviously hindsight's 2020. But again, a lot of really good jobs with a lot of really great opportunity. You don't know next year or the year after if you're going to get a lot of bad jobs. So that's the thing as well. Anything else you got to finish this?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, I thinking off the top of my head, like potential, teams next year that could have availability. I mean, I like if the Packers have another like subpar year. I mean, they're looking to, I think, extend LaFleur, so they might not be an option.
I think LaFleur is really a really
Yeah,
good coach and young. I don't know if I would.
yeah, yeah. And then also, I mean, I'm thinking like Tampa too. Like if Tampa has another down year, I mean, they're going to bring back Todd Bowles. That could be a spot potentially that opens up if they have another disappointing finish. That's just off the top of my head, but
then, I mean, it was a rumor this weekend. You got to throw Buffalo in there, depending on what.
oh, yep, that's true. That's true. I don't know.
On a run, he's safe. They don't.
Yeah, and I don't know why Eagles fans are saying this, but they just want to. I mean, well, I kind of get it, but like Sirianni, if they like let him go, but I just don't see that happening. I mean, that would be a very good job to take. But yeah, it's got, like I said, it's got to be the right opportunity. So we'll see what happens.
All right, now diving